Hi, I'm Mads, and ever since I was 5 years old, I've created Fakemons. And it's time to remake them all. Join me to create the Haidonso region.
Happy New Year and thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Both need to be celebrated, and there's not without reason why I have chosen these specific Pokemons to recreate today. You see, they are based on all type of bombs and rockets. Yes, including fireworks. They were first created in 2003. Obviously, you can see some shark influences in their designs as well, which was amplified in 2005 and will work as a basis for the 2024 remake, the first remake of the year. Let's go. The first stage, Bombish, had legs, and this was quickly removed and replaced with fins. And I wanted the fuse to be its fin tail. Imagine Bakugo from My Hero Academia flying around with its bomb explosions. This is how I want this Pokemon to swim. Start out with it had this fierce look, more based on a Pariah. And I did like its design, but I felt like something was missing. So I looked at more anime tropes for expressing anger and completely changed my ID. And as a result, it ended up more cute looking, but also more enraged somehow. In addition, this change also made it look more like its original design, especially the cute side of it. Bombish, the gunpowder Pokemon, fire type, ability blow off, and hidden ability steam engine. Dex entry, a Pokemon known for its rage. It explodes if it experiences the slightest inconvenience. They are feared by fishermen and large sea Pokemon. It uses its fire as a tail to shoot itself forward with small explosions. The shockwaves from its explosion is how they communicate with its kind. Different shockwaves have different meanings. The shiny is referencing the more traditional cartoon looking bomb. And yes, it's a fire type Pokemon living in the sea. I love when Pokemon lives in water but they're not water types. But with the case of Bombish, they have no problem living on the land as well. What do you think about Bombish? And you're probably wondering, what is the ability blow off? This is how it works. The Pokemon will not faint the first time it uses an explosive move on the battlefield. Some Pokemon change form after this ability is activated. Blow off is the word that is used when rockets shoots up and detach different parts of itself to shoot itself further into space. Fitting name for Pokemon based on explosions, bombs, and rockets. Why you evolve Bombish is to self-destruct 15 times, which shouldn't be too difficult with the blow off ability. Doing so will give you the Pokemon Hayabi. From Hai in Norwegian meaning shark and Hanabi meaning fireworks in Japanese. Much of the elements from its earlier designs are present. I liked its awkwardness. However, in comparison to its previous designs, it's more based on fireworks than actual rockets. I also continued the fuse from its previous evolution, and that is the reason why I decided to go with more blue and purple like fire to reference fireworks. It somehow also looks like a bandit, which is fitting with the whole shark theme and the pop culture focus that sharks are evil. It started to fit perfectly. Hayabi, the firework Pokemon, fire type. Ability blow off and hidden ability steam engine. Dex entry. Hayabi has been domesticated for over 2000 years. It's regularly used for celebration all over the world. However, it is still mischievous and tends to cause trouble, especially the wild honeybees. It lives in deep waters, using its light to see its surroundings. Its shiny colors is a reference to its original colors, also having the normal fire. I hope you guys like Hayabi as much as I do. There's something interesting with its design. It's kind of awkward and also cool. It goes in line with the character design philosophy that Sugimori follows when he makes Pokemon. That he doesn't want them to look too cool and often downplay its coolness just to add an awkward element to it. And I feel like Hayabi fits that description pretty well. And in order to evolve Hayabi, you need to use the explosion move 25 times. This will give you the Pokemon Oppenheimer. Let's address the name first. Obviously, it's a reference to Oppenheimer, but it's spelled differently. Open, high, as we established, is Norwegian for shark, and mer is a Norwegian for more. So open shark more. There is more to this shark if you open it, referencing its other form. And it is a bomb, so obviously it's a reference to Oppenheimer in that sense as well. And you also have the whole thing about sharks and bombs in pop culture and every type of explosive you can think about. In its original design, it looks absolutely mental, but I felt like its design was a little bit too much and wanted to find like a middle ground somehow. Many sketches later, I found something I was happy with. I took the fin being on fire to the next level and actually used it as the fire beam coming out of rockets, and it's constantly need to shoot the fire out in order to move around, at least on land. But I did move the fuse to be its tongue, an idea that I quite like. It looks a little bit mechanic but also somewhat organic, which is on purpose, and it will have that for lore reasons as well. It looks a little bit more Pokemon friendly and something that could easily live in that world in comparison to its original design. Oppenheimer, rocket form, the explosive Pokemon, fire poison type, ability blow off and hidden ability steam engine. Dex entry. Around 80 years ago, Hyabi started to evolve. It is believed that this was due to human intervention. It is banned in most regions. Recently, it has been sighted in the wild around the Hydanza region. This had brought great concern. It can travel up to 400,000 miles per hour. Shiny looks a little bit closer to what pop culture sharks would look like, but also looks absolutely evil with its black eyes and red teeth. I feel like there's something very fun about this Pokemon. It's very playful. Of course, it continues the theme of the Hydanza region, which is, if you don't know, human intervention with nature or human integration with nature. And here I'm suggesting Oppenheimer is more tilted towards human intervention and the Pokemon adapting to that. But something happens when you use the blow-off ability with Oppenheimer, and it turns into its explosive form. So one of the things I played around with when I made the rocket form was that I wanted it to be more tilted towards an actual explosion, but still keeping its rocket elements. So after a lot of sketching, I ended up creating a different form for it, because that would make sense. A rocket explodes different form. And then I could rearrange its stats a little bit and get a different strategy around it. Referencing even more to the name Oppenheimer, obviously there is references to nukes. I also put some references or thought behind the whole Sharknado thing. So yeah, I hope you like the concept. Oppenheimer, exploded form, the explosive Pokemon, fire poison type, ability intimidate, Dex entry. This Pokemon is destructive, preying on pretty much everything in its surroundings. Luckily, it for the most part stays in the deepest depth of the ocean. Many believe that Oppenheimer is the reason for why the Great Pokemon War ended. Its shiny is even darker and look even more scary than its main form. What do you think about the exploded form of Oppenheimer? I know we went into a very dark territory, but it's a cool idea, I think, and hopefully you agree. I decided not to give it a hidden ability, as every time it will turn into this form, it's either through its ability or a new move that also technically has the same effect. And this new move will be called Rocket Blow Off. This move makes the user ready to detach its weight after an explosion move is used. Effect: the Pokemon will not faint for the first time it uses an explosive move on the battlefield. Speed and defense is harshly lowered, but attack is boosted by 4 stages. And then again, some Pokemon change form if an explosive move is used after this move. And just to say it, I'm not a competitive Pokemon player, so I don't know if this is absolutely broken or not. I just like the idea from a design perspective that, different options and different opportunities for competitive play. But I'm always up to some criticism, so let me know if you think this is too much or if you suggest something else. So that was all of them. And if it wasn't obvious, I also imagine these Pokemon being above water and flying around as actual rockets. Which one is your favorite out of these four? Honestly, I think they all are pretty solid designs with loads of lore behind them. But if I had to choose, I think I will go for Hayabi. And as usual, here is a hint for the upcoming episode. This one, good luck figuring out what I'm actually trying to tease here. I'm curious to hear what you think it is. I recommend the third stage starter Pokemon video if you want to know more about this region theme with intervention and integration. Or maybe since it's the new year, you want to clean your room, then I absolutely recommend checking out this video so you can get the perfect Pokemon to clean your room. And with that, I hope you like, subscribe, share this video with a friend. And of course, once again, thank you so much to everyone who have been supporting me and for me to reach 1,000 subscribers. And with that, let's remake them all in the next episode. Mads out.